Hey all, Ryan here from Planetary Lapidary, and welcome to another episode of Cutting Rocks, where I cut through rocks and fossils I find on the western shore of Lake Michigan, see what spills out. So this week we are going to do some fossils. All of these I kind of consider like A-grade fossils. So all of these I'm going to try to get pieces for freeforms out of. I'm going to try to, have both sides as freeform pieces for all of these. So this first one is just a little totally silicified Favicites. It's got some of that, you can see the pockets there, but I want to see if any of that is, agatized or anything inside of there. So I'm going to go this way, and I should be able to get two really good halves out of that. Next one's pretty much the same thing, but a lot more white and a lot more cells in this one, kind of all the way through. This is one that I put in acid, and then it just didn't really do much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right down the middle of that one too, and hopefully I get some really, really awesome, a cross section in there so I can do both halves on that one. This is kind of the only one that I don't really know what it is 100%. It's got these eyes all over it and all the way through it, you can tell. Even on this side too, maybe another type of sponge, or maybe just a stromatoporoid that you kind of have a weird view of. But this stuff in here, I don't really know. It could be a different type of tube, tubular coral. But we're gonna see what's inside because I want to find out. So I'm gonna go right down the middle of that guy the long way. Hopefully we got some cool stuff in there. This is a very, very full syringeapora. It's got a little bit of matrix on the bottom here. It's kind of set in chert, I think, maybe. You can kind of tell right there, chert and mudstone. So what I want to do with this one is I want to cut it right here. So then this would be the raw back of the freeform, and then I could convex the other half of it too. So it's kind of like just a really cool shape. And I just hope that inside of here, it's just totally full with all of those tubes, but we will see. And then last, but definitely not least, is this awesome piece of chain coral. It's just the wrong matrix for the acid. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. You can kind of see it's all the way through except for right there, but I'm going to try to go right down the middle this way, and again get two pieces out of this that are just amazing, hopefully. So we're going to use the 10-inch high-tech slab saw, thin centered blade. So let's get set up and get cutting. Okay, so through that first Favicites, so let's see if we got some really cool agatized pockets in there. Oh, that is sweet. With the mudstone, and then you got some white up there, some nice bluish right in the middle. No real agatized pockets. Maybe if I get way in there, there might be one or two right there. But still will make really cool polish pieces with that mudstone there, kind of having a different sheen than all the silicified stuff. A couple negative pockets down here. So I would say definitely 1 for 1. So let's get on to the second one. All right, through the second one, I put one thin, one fat. Let's see. There you go. That's kind of what I wanted right there. Totally full. Maybe an agatized pocket right there. Oof, that is crazy. That's gonna shine up crazy. That white kind of pops out of the silicified. Oh, look at that side too. It's almost like flower patterns down there. Look at that. That is awesome. So that is exactly what I wanted from this one. Oh, look at that too. It's pretty weird, a little different material. So I'll get some really good close-ups of these at the end. Wow, really good one. Two really good pieces so far. So let's get on to number 3. Whew, okay, this was kind of a gnarly cut, so there might be some black staining on there, but but hopefully I can get it off. Ooh. Very, very like look at that right there. That must be a different type of tubulate coral right there in there. I'm not sure what kind. Little pitty in there, so kind of like almost little geode pockets. Really cool though. Like those little, they're pretty evenly spaced, so I don't think it's a syringeapora. You know, syringeapora is a little more random usually than that, but I don't know. Really cool though, that's all throughout the whole thing. And then those white lines, I don't even know what that is. That's like agatized lines. I don't know. Awesome though. Definitely gonna keep that one and shine it up just because I'm gonna need to find out what it is. All right, so I would say definitely 3 for 3. So let's get on to number 4. Whew. All right, that was a wonky cut. So there might be some saw marks, but that's okay because I'm gonna polish it anyways. But let's see if I got that little cap off of there, see what's in there. Oh yeah, totally full inside of there. Some white ones around the outside, all really dark and mudstony, and that blue on the inside. So nice full piece. So now what I'll do is I'll convex this, you know, I'll round the top of this thing off, and then it'll be this on the back and this on the front. Probably can do the same with this one. All right, 4 for 4. Let's get onto that chain. Okay, so last one I got right down the middle. So let's see if this one's a winner. Oh, look at that. Look at how full that is in that brown mudstone contrast. All those little chains will pop out when it gets polished. Wow. Really cool. That's a really good one. Couple negatives right there. So then I can leave the back of this one too, like this, you know, convex the front or dome the top. Same thing with this one. Oof, those are really good ones. So that matrix down here was just in the bottom. It's totally full inside of here, so that is perfect. So 5 for 5 for awesome fossils today. So if you like this video, leave a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for some close-ups at the end, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.